have the Paranormal Investigator on the line. Nathan, you are on with Ethan and Brian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. So you're a paranormal investigator?
Yes, I've been doing paranormal investigations for probably the last 5 to 6 years.
Awesome. Could you, in just like a short summary, how did you get into that?
Yeah. So as a kid growing up, I kind of knew the house I lived in had something going on there. I didn't really see anything or it was anything too crazy, but then I got into as I grew up, I just, you always had certain feelings in the house, and when you feel like there's a spirit around, usually you or something around, you usually get the goosebumps, things like that. But I grew up and I went into the funeral industry. I was in the funeral industry for 13 years, and you just start to see things. And I've seen things and heard things a lot, as I was going through, my career in the funeral industry. And I've seen a lot of pretty bad things, pretty wicked things, pretty nasty things.
Okay.
But I've also seen a lot of paranormal things, like just people that were there and then they're not. Just as I got older and older, it just kind of interested me more and more. I paid more attention to it, I think, and then I just started to do investigations and got more and more equipment, and now we're kind of full-blown investigating a few different places.
Have you investigated any place notable? Any place that we might have heard of?
Well, where are you guys from?
Chicago land.
Yeah, both of us are from Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I haven't done anything. I've stayed in Wisconsin for now. A couple places there: Broadhead Manor, Old Baraboo Inn, Sanatorium Hill is in Madison. That's where I live. Some stuff in Door County. Been over to Milwaukee, so we're kind of expanding out into one of the places we're going to go to is the Valeska's Axe Murder House in Iowa. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but nothing super notarized like that. It has a big calling, but every place that I've gone, not every place, but just about every place that I go to has got activity. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been so far, and seen a lot and experienced a lot, that's for sure.
Awesome, thank you. And what would you say then, if you were right now to convince us, what is your most compelling ghost story or supernatural experience? Like, what is something that really would blow our minds?
So I've been, I think the biggest thing to me is the interaction that I have. We talk back and forth, like literally having a full-blown conversation through a SP7 spirit box. Or there's a couple other things that we use.
SP7 spirit box. Okay. Sorry.
Continue. Yeah, SP7 spirit box. Nope, it's all right. Goes through very quickly. Goes through frequencies, radio frequencies, and it's just. I don't know, a lot of people like, oh, that's the radio. Well, when they say your name consistently and they're responding to your questions, like you have intelligent responses. The radio thing's kind of shot, because I don't know a whole lot of radio stations that consistently say Nathan or Nate. And so I've had conversations with spirits. I've been touched. That's an experience. Quite a few different times. So I guess if there's one in particular to give you guys to convince you that, honestly, it's hard, because I've got, I have an SLS camera, which is, I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but if you guys see any of the ghost shows, it's like the stick figures. It kind of shows you where, if there's apparitions in there or not. I'm at a place, I go to a place called the Old Baraboo Inn in Baraboo, Wisconsin, quite a bit, and I help like host miniature ghost hunts there. They call them mini ghost hunts. They're like an hour long. But what I do is I've caught a lot of X-rated things happening in the old brothel in the upstairs. and when I say X-rated, use your imagination. It's literally, I have about 5 or 6 different videos of that. But I guess the old Baraboo Inn is I've had a lot of different experiences. I've been touched. I was down in the basement. It's a pretty dark. It's got some dark energy down there, and I'm with a group. I'm walking in the back to make sure there's no stragglers. They just kind of do a walkthrough, and literally got zapped on my neck. Like, you know, you get an electrical shock, like a friend, you know, sometimes your friends are messing around, they rub their socks on the carpeting, and then they touch you and they give you a zap. I literally got that on the back of my neck, and there was nobody around me and nothing touched me. Well, nothing that I could see. And I literally heard the zap. So there was nothing above me that was electrical that could have zapped me. It was pretty crazy. I did jump.
So my first question regarding the radio is it, I guess, how many times has someone said your name, and has it happened at different locations, or was this a one-off event where they kept saying it?
No, this has been numerous times in a lot of different places. I think I have a few spirits that follow me. I don't know who they are exactly, but I get my name said a lot, and it's not just with just the SB7 and the radio frequency. It sweeps the radio like literally each channel, like in literally like milliseconds. Just do. It just uses the white noise and the frequency, so that it's said that spirits can communicate that way.
So it's like an EVP kind of thing, where it's kind of a voice in the static in a way. Is that what we're hearing? Your voice or your name?
It's literally just a person's voice. It could be a man, could be a woman, could be a child. I've got a lot of different videos where we've caught that, where for a spirit to communicate or to do anything, it takes a lot of energy, because obviously everything is energy, and so that's why spirits aren't just walking around all the time. They need energy to manifest or to do anything, and that's why I feel like we don't get a lot of just clear, concise, right there in your face whenever they want communication.
What kind of energy are we talking? Like a energy that'd be detectable? Is that what the spirit box is picking up on? You believe is the because the spirit boxes, I understand it, are detecting EMF, right? EMF frequency.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why a lot of I don't know. For me, I used to have my cameras would die all the time. The camera battery would die instantly, or some of my equipment just run on batteries. And so you get that a lot, where if it's a high energy area, or there's a lot of spirits around and you're trying to communicate, your stuff goes dead. And then you got to, replace it with batteries. Or now I've learned, I got smart and got the big battery packs that you can plug into. So that's not something that happens a whole lot anymore. But from my experiences, yeah, it's you got the EMFs, you got just the energy. It's hard. I don't know exactly what kind of energy it is. I mean, sometimes you feel a spirit around, you feel like a static on your body. Sometimes, you feel a different feeling, a cold or warm. I think it's a little different with each person that's trying to communicate with you.
How far outside of Chicago did you say you were?
I'm in Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison.
You guys I will welcome you guys anytime you want to go on an investigation with me.
I'll
invite both of you guys.
That's actually what I'm thinking. I would love the opportunity to do that.
Well, what I can do is I'm going to set something up with you guys then when we after the show. There's a place that I want you to go. You guys will experience something there. It's my place that I do a lot of stuff there. The old Baraboo one, like I talked about, that's probably going to be your spot. There's going to be other haunted places. There's a lot of haunted places, but I haven't experienced the kind of responses and the interactions that I have like I have there. So that's the place I would take you guys to go investigate.
I am definitely down to do this. It looks like it's only about 2 hours and 30 minutes away. So,
well, I'm on the other side of Peoria, so I'm a bit further.
Oh, yeah, you're much further. Well, I'm down to do this.
Yeah.
So I guess here is one of my main questions. How did you narrow it down to being a spirit? Or I guess how do you know it's a spirit or a ghost, as opposed to some type of other entity? or for example,
or other phenomenon of another kind. Yeah.
Sure. So, I mean, the biggest reason that I feel like it's a spirit to me is just is the interactions that you get. The sometimes they'll answer your questions for you, and you can hear a voice, and sometimes the voices are completely different, and or you're talking to a little kid. It's just little things that you do. I guess you don't really know, because you could be lied to. I mean, if you get into some dark energy, they try and make you think they're a little kid, and it's not. That happens. Has it happened to me a ton? Not a ton, but it's happened. I've been on negative energy, dark energy. It's definitely nothing to mess with. That's for sure.
So would you entertain the prospect that it would, aside from natural phenomenon, which we can talk about if you want, but would you be opposed to the prospect that it could be extraterrestrial, extradimensional, or even demonic in some way?
Extradimensional.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, it's not a, like when I go and investigate, it very well could be that. I'm not 100% sure. I just go by, the feelings that I feel, and yeah, that could be something different. You never know. I mean, I know that a lot of the places that I've investigated that have had, where I've experienced the paranormal activity is Indian burial grounds that have been disrupted. Numerous occasions that's usually the case. Is so could it be something other than a spirit? Could it be like you said, extraterrestrial? It very well could be, and that all that stuff interests me, and I would be opposed to trying to investigate some of that stuff as well.
There is something that maybe you might even have equipment to detect it. Are you familiar with infrasounds? Low frequency infrasounds. It's sound, that's basically so low that we can't detect it with our ears, but we can kind of feel the vibration. There's been some study done, like the Stanley Hotel and stuff like that, where they pick up these infrasounds and they cause people to get really uneasy or uncomfortable or even frightened. And I wonder if we took some equipment to some of these locations where these experiences are happening, if we might pick up on some infrasounds, or scratch it off the list one way or the other. If it's infrasound that's causing that sensation, so be it. But if it's not, then that's just another thing you can check off of a natural phenomenon that would be calling it. Would that be something you'd be interested in pursuing, maybe?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm interested in this stuff, whether it be paranormal, whether it be extraterrestrial, whether it be, any of this, because, I want answers. And that's why I do it, is because, you have a lot of skeptics, which I understand, but I've experienced too many things to think that it's all just a sham or it's fake, So yeah, if there's anything we can do to prove, to get some more evidence to show that this stuff is real, I'm game for sure.
I'm impressed. It's not often people from your industry that I've met are open to other possibilities. It's really exciting to hear that, which
refreshing.
Yeah, it is, because some people are very set in their ways, and just is it. Can't change my mind.
And when we ask these questions to some of our callers, they get a lot of pushback and go on the defensive. And I want everybody to feel like open dialogue. Let's talk about all the options.
Exactly.
I'm sorry I cut you off there. Go ahead.
No, you're completely. I cut you off. I apologize. No, I'm open to it because I want to know. It's not because I doubt what I've experienced. It's just if there's more out there, then let's find out. Let's see what's out there, because I believe that there's other things out there. And the only way to prove it is by doing the investigations and getting the evidence to show that. So I'm game for all of that. I'm not set in my ways of this is the way it is and that's it. If there's something more to it and we can investigate it to try and bring evidence forth, I'm game for sure.
Well, and I got to be honest, I kind of hope it's like alternate dimensional beings, because that's always fascinated me. Like, just the idea of the multiverse is such an exciting concept for me.
So many things can be blanketed under that. All aliens and ghosts and demons and Bigfoot and everything can be extra dimensional if something like that existed. It's really there's some, as far as other dimensions, there's some hypotheses and stuff out there that actually have some scientific grounding about extra dimensional existence, at least, maybe not travel, but we can speculate on that. But yeah, it's always an interesting kind of prospect.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you said, the investigating of it is what, intrigues me, and getting the evidence. There's nothing better than when you're doing an investigation, because you'll go on an investigation, you record stuff and all that, and you may not hear or feel like you hear anything, and then you go back and look at your footage, or you listen to your electronic voice recorders, and all of a sudden you're like, holy crap, what's that? Like, do you hear that, or do you see that? That happens probably 75% of the evidence is usually after you go through your evidence. So that's the exciting part. When you see that stuff, there's nothing better. You just get your adrenaline pumping, and you're like, okay, this is good. This is cool.
Oh yeah, you get yourself all primed up for that experience, and then have something actually seem like, at least appear to be happening. I imagine that's probably quite the thrill, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's why I do it, is it's just more evidence for people that, I've got a lot of people who, are kind of skeptical, or not a lot, but a few that, and it's like, well, all right, well, explain this one away.
Right.
Which you can sometimes, and maybe it's something where it's like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. Maybe that's what it is. It could be that. I'm not a person who says, nope, this is what it is, and that's it. I always take everybody's point of view into consideration. I'm not perfect, so
if for our earlier caller, she's open to the possibility of us or me, going out to her house and taking a look. If I can't find a natural means, then I'll be giving you a call so we could, do the supernatural testing.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys have places that, within I'm not opposed to traveling, and I got a lot of equipment and stuff to measure, things. And I know you guys, sound like you guys do too, for like the, you said infrasound or whatever. And, I'm always game to come with you guys if you guys want to do that sometime. I mean, obviously I have you guys up for investigation up here in my neck of the woods, but I'm not opposed to going down by you guys and with some stuff and kind of seeing what we can catch.
Well, I will definitely take you up on that, Nathan. Brian, did you have any more questions?
No, this has been a great call, and I'm glad to see that you're open to some different possible answers to the experiences you've had, and are willing to investigate and look into that. So it sounds like there's going to be a future here. So I'm here every other Tuesday. Keep calling back, man. Love to hear some more of your stories.
Connie said she wants us to bring her with. So.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine if she can handle it. I mean, it can get kind of scary. So,
well, I'm excited. If it's okay with you, I'm going to send you a friend request when this show ends on Facebook. Yeah. Cool.
Absolutely, that works.
Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate you taking the time to call in today, and I hope you have a safe rest of your week.
Yeah, have a happy Halloween.
You can do the same. Thanks for having me on.
Oh yeah, have a good Halloween.
Too. Oh yeah, I got a good investigation coming on Halloween night. So full moon, full blue moon. Yeah.
Ooh, keep me posted on what you find.
Sounds interesting.
I will, absolutely. I will definitely do that. If you guys, if you guys don't mind going to my Facebook page, the Richwood Investigators of the Paranormal, there are some videos on there for some of the evidence. I never post anything that I don't think is real. So if you guys get a chance to do that, that'd be awesome too.
Definitely.
But I'll look after this, and we'll get this thing rolling.
Awesome. Thanks, Nathan.
Sweet. Thank you guys. You guys have a good rest of the night.
You too. Bye.
Yep. Bye.